Hello, this is Banana Gaming Toys and I'm your host Maverick, and today we'll be doing another 36 review. Now this is actually the third time I've been doing this review, and the reason why this is not from the box is because, well, someone made a mistake and we completely lost a whole entire video due to no audio. So running this from the top, we have the eBay Authentic Without a Doubt, so just making sure that these shoes are good. And this is a size 11. Yeah, this is size 11. So it's a bit bigger than the one I'm wearing right now, which is like a size 10-ish. Well, yeah, it's now a size 10 because I've expanded the shoe quite a lot so it can fit on most feet. So now I'm looking at a newer version of the 36s. Now playing with those things, these things wear down really quickly now. If you like shoes that will keep in one piece, these really aren't the thing for you, because this whole entire thing burnt off practically. Being told to show you here and here. So comparing this to this, as you can visually see, there's a couple differences. This is my right foot, so the inside's more worn than the outside because of how I play. But as you can see, most of the things are gone. And this is pitch black because it's been rubbed on by shoes way too much, because like people are jumping and then they hit here and they run off. So really early when you're playing, this whole entire thing will scrape off very quickly. Don't be shocked when it happens. That's just a normal thing. And another thing about this shoe is many people say that mostly how it confines your feet and how its lockdown is. They say it's pretty bad, but honestly, from how I'm working, it's actually decent, because there's a whole entire plate here that goes around the whole entire side and it goes out down the middle. There's a whole full length, really dense piece of plastic here. A little piece of TPL right here, just going straight down the middle, back, because as you can see, the mesh ends here where it's see-through, and then there's a thin layer which ends about here, and then at the back for this whole entire area there's just this thick piece of plastic that protects your shin and your heel. So it has pretty good lockdown. But the front of it, yeah, it moves a bit, but your ankle area is completely secured. But it really doesn't matter, because once you put your foot inside of it, it kind of just, it's like putting a shirt on, this shoe. Yeah, it's just putting a shirt on practically. It's thin, but it won't rip off. No, it won't. Now, some facts about this thing. It has a herringbone and this little plate here. Now, a couple things. Other things is I recommend having the shoelaces from prior experience. Unless you're getting the lows, then this won't be included. But now that the 36 lows are out, if you really don't like to have the shoe really hug yourself, then you don't have to put the lace to the top level. But I highly recommend it, because when you put it to the top level, it doesn't actually completely restrict your ankle, but it's a really tight and snug feeling. Like, it feels like this thing's connected to your foot, which is what I love about these things. Now, the lacing system's very quick. I like it when I just pull out the top. About I think 40 laces will go, and it's a really narrow fit too. So if you happen to be a little bit more wide-footed, something like that, I recommend keeping these things loose and just tying these things. You'll still have extremely good enough when it comes to just how secure your foot's going to be, so you won't have any worries about rolling your ankle. And another fact, there is a whole entire air strobel unit and another layer of air right here, so it's a double layered stack in the toe area, which gives you the most bounce. So if you want an extra jump, this is for you. As this is actually more like a small forward, power forward shoe, but I'm a guard and I kind of like how it feels because it's really light, so you don't have to worry about extra weight and things. It just happens to suit me more. Now, stylely, how this thing's styled and how it looks, it's how do I explain this? It's more like a U. It's just like straight because it has this brace. When you wear a bit more, it starts getting a bit like deflated, but once you put your foot in it, it'll raise back up. But it creases very, very early. Like you put it on once, it starts creasing very, very quickly because there's no like nothing to hold this leno weave together. So it just kind of like falls down like a shirt. But once you put the thing on, it's kind of going to raise up. Traction wise on these shoes, really, really good, as expected for a herringbone. Well, it kind of wears down over time. That's just cat hair, but it wears down over the edges very quickly for me. But yet again, there's another layer of it's just like double layered. So if you happen to slip on this area, like the little toe, and you start moving like this, there's another completely like separate area right here, which sometimes saved me a couple times from just straight up slipping. Like I come down, hit this area somehow slips, and there's like this really clean layer of herringbone right here to save your life. I will just stop you like that. Like just go like that. And a little window for you to see the air zoom in inside of it. Now, some quick things about this shoe. Where's that thing? Oh yeah, 30. There's a little bit of Morse code on this side. From what I remember, it means 36. And then yeah, there's just in Braille or something. Yeah, Braille. I think this is also 36. Really stylistically, it doesn't really matter. Now, just a couple things about this shoe. It's mostly about its ventilation. Now, as you can see from the outside, it's a very, very ventilated shoe. You can see right through it. Shine a light through it, you're gonna see through the other side. But inside of it, it has inside of its padding, it's whatever you want to call it. There's a couple holes in it. Now, what these holes do is, even though they really, how do I explain this? It's not really for ventilation now that when I play a lot, because there's a full length air shovel units inside of there, so it's just kind of blocking it. But from what I've experienced, it's more there just to like kind of loose, like it just lightens up the whole entire feel. Like it makes it more like a spring, because as you can see, mine's completely flattened, but you can just see like where the plate ends, and you can kind of just feel there's still a hole there, but it's really not there anymore. So, as a current standing of these shoes, what type of player you want to be when you're wearing these shoes? Shifty guards, maybe go for a Kyrie, because if you're small, shifty, I don't highly recommend these shoes because it's not exactly the thing you want to be when you have, well, when you're moving a lot. These things will wear very quickly all around the edges if you're constantly stopping. As left foot shown, is flattened around this whole entire ridge, and I've completely scraped off the front of it. Completely, like it's completely gone. The front's just erased. Grip wise, it's just about gone. So, shifty guards, if you really want to conserve your shoes, get a pair of Kyries or a shoe with a bit of a stronger herringbone, because this is a thin material. I'm pretty sure those 35s have a way stronger herringbone. But if you're a person like me, just stops on wants to stop on a dime, cleans his shoes a bit more. Generally, just like an average player, yeah, these are great for you because they'll boost everything you do. They're a light shoe. You actually don't, when you play a lot, you don't feel like you're wearing shoes. It just feels like you're just wearing a sock. Because after a while, if you're wearing basketball socks, the basketball socks slightly expand, which just makes like the whole entire fit of it way tighter, which makes it you feel really, really comfortable in your foot. That's just a personal preference. Altogether, I would rate these shoes an 8.7 out of 10. Really, really good shoe. Comfort wise, it's probably one of the best things I've felt in a while. Performance, great traction. Even though it doesn't look like it, it has pretty good lockdown. So altogether, I rate this shoe an 8.7 on that one.